So I don't have any of those activities, right? I'm either working out, or with my family. I was making a ridiculous amount of money.
Like, where do you even start? There's so many different things you can sell online.
My first product was like a penis shaped cookie cutter, right?
How you're CEO and you also still have time to sell thousands of dollars of products on Amazon on your own each month. How in the world do you pull that off?
Yeah, it's just it's really time management, right? And it's making choices, right? So there's no balance, right? And again, it all depends on what you're trying to accomplish and what's important to you personally, right? And for me, sort of achieving a certain level of financial success and stability um, trumps a lot of things in my life, right? It trumps the need for me to have poker night with my friends. It trumps the need for me to go play rounds of golf or to go bowling. Or so I don't have any of those activities, right? I'm either working out, or with my family. And when you really get down to that and you're saying no to a lot of other things, you'll be surprised like how much time you actually have, right? And then people who know me the most, they know basically if they have an extra ticket to like anything, the answer is going to be no. Uh, and they've come to understand that I am the way that I am, and now that it's yielding success, I'm not as crazy as I was when I was just like some guy working hard for no reason, right?
Yeah, that's interesting to think about. When did you kind of start this crazy grind? Like, you mentioned at one time you weren't, bringing in, the money you do on Amazon now and everything like that. When did this start?
I mean, I always, everything online started real heavy for me in 2009. But I was like crazy black hat, right? If you typed in, this is interesting. If you typed in Entourage free stream, like the show Entourage, I actually had a website where you could watch the latest show that aired that Sunday, and it was content locked, right? You had to fill out a quiz. The quiz got your email address, sent your email address to some company. I got paid $1.25.
Wow.
And that was like my first time where I'm like, holy crap, you can actually make money on the internet. And I went from there to having one of the biggest Pinterest sites that was illegal. I was very black hat back in those days. But you would click on a movie poster, it would take you to an illegal movie website. You would watch the movie, and I was making a ridiculous amount of money. And then, of course, I learned like, oh, this is not good. I get banned. Everything gets white. But I learned that wow, you could make money online, and it doesn't matter what you look like, what race you are, what sex you are, it doesn't matter. If you have a product, if you have a good, if you're going to do something that someone needs, you will make money from it online. So I said, okay, this is where I kind of need to be. This is my like safe haven. And eventually I got into running the celebrity website. And then at first I was selling on eBay. And then when you just look at Amazon and the FBA program and how they can fulfill orders for you, it really trumps eBay, especially when time's a factor, and you can ship in a box of 100 products, and then Amazon ships out each of those 100 to 100 separate addresses. You're like, oh my god, this is where it's at.
Totally. Man, you hit on a few areas I have to jump to.
Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place. I know.
No, you're good. Man, I wondered who's putting out all these movies out there for free online. It was you. Thank you. I mean, I've never been to them. That's awesome. And you also touched on this celebrity website. I'd like to touch on that real quick. When did that get started? And what is that exactly?
That started back in, I want to say 2008, actually. And at first it started out as sort of if you're a fan of a TV show, that's why it's called TV Smack Talk. Um, Almost like a chat room, right? Like, what did you like about last night's episode? Um, Great concept, but it didn't work. It was like a bomb, right? And then I started to actually write articles about celebrities, and a few of them started to pop. And then back when Facebook was Facebook, and you had organic reach, I would basically have like thousands of visitors to my website from like one article. I mean, it was amazing. And then it became very scalable when you can do traffic arbitrage. So I would buy 1,000 visitors from Facebook at $5, and then I would make $10 per thousand on my website. So at that point, I'm just really trading money, right? And that was good. And then one day, it just stopped. The algorithm changed one day, and you could literally see my traffic trending like this, staying high, and then poof.
Oh,
And I was just like, so I had to let writers go. I mean, I had a small team of writers, so I had to let them go, and then we had to figure out, okay, what do we do now? How do we keep this thing alive? And that's where I started getting into building brand. And so, like, if you go to Instagram and you put in the hashtag TV Smack Talk, thousands of articles come up that aren't even mine, right? Because TV Smack Talk is now somewhat of a brand, not as big, not like TMZ or anything like that, but it's big enough where it keeps people organically going to the website, and it generates a decent amount of money.
man, you're on so many places on the internet that I had no idea. I love it. I'm just gonna see what else I can unravel here. Man, that's so cool. And so, man, you try all these different areas of online, have some really good success. You come across Amazon. Like, where do you even start? Like, there's so many different things you can sell online. How does that
Yeah,
process get started?
and I forgot what I think. I actually like saw a video, one of those video ads where we're watching YouTube, and it's like, you want some side hustle money? And I was like, all right, let me see what this is all about. And it actually took me to a private label course, right, where it shows you how to order something from Alibaba, basically, and sort of sell it on Amazon. And I landed on these like my first product was like a penis shaped cookie cutter, right? Because I had this software and it showed like there's a high demand for these items, but not a lot of supply, right? And I was like, I don't care what it is, right? I mean, I had to explain to my wife why I got like a crate of 1,000 penis shaped cookie cutters.
Yeah, she had
But
some questions.
yeah. But so once I started to do that, and then as I started to look for more items to do private label, I saw that there were some items that were selling on Amazon that I could buy from like Walmart.com and sell at a higher price. So when I started to look into that, it was like, this is called online arbitrage. So it was actually a thing, or it's called like OA. And really the secret sauce, and I don't mind, like, you know what, I never mind like telling people what I do and exactly what I do, because it's execution, right? Like, everyone can sit here and listen
Oh
to a
yeah.
podcast and be like, oh, is that what he's take notes, but then no one's ever going to do it, right? And if the one or two people that do it, okay, good luck competing against me, right? So I have no problem. Like, I could tell you exactly what I did. So I stumbled onto software called Tactical Arbitrage, right? And they give you a 7-day free trial. And I went through the 7-day trial, and like every 7-day trial, I learned nothing in 7 days. They charged my credit card, and now I'm like, okay, I have a month of this, right? Because they charged me. And I watched every video on YouTube. And what this software does is it says, hey, on these .coms, they're selling these items. On Amazon, they're selling these items at a higher price. And you literally buy this and sell it here. And after a few mistakes, I kind of got into a good rhythm of got stuff showing up here, put stickers on them, ship them right back out. then I'm like, okay, you can really scale this thing. And now I'm in the process of just really scaling it. And how I work, and if you could see from my Instagram stories, is my goal is to get as much product here by Friday afternoon, and then spend the weekend prepping it, getting it ready, and then shipping it back out to Amazon on Monday. So really, my time spent hands-on is like Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, that's going back to time management. So, during the week, it's a little more focused on your role as
Everything
CEO.
else, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, geez, everything else you have going on, right? Man. So, I also hear you have this rare gift of not needing to sleep. How many hours of sleep do you usually get a night?
Yeah, so that plays a part into all of this. Like 2.5 to 3 is like really indicative of like a Monday through Friday. The weekends, maybe I'll get 4 to 5 hours. And like maybe like once every 6 weeks, like I'll get into a Saturday where like I'll have to like nap or something like that. But really, I'm like a 2.5 to 3 hour, and I know that's rare, and that's why I keep the pressure on myself to like make something of myself, like do something with this. Like, don't be a guy that can sleep for 3 or 4 hours and then spend your time watching TV, right? I almost spend no time sitting down watching TV. If I'm watching TV, I'm either packing Amazon stuff, I'm working out, or there's no sit down with like a bowl of ice cream and veg out and watch a movie for 2.5 hours. Right? It just doesn't exist in my world, at least right now.
Yeah, man, I like it. So, not only do you have the advantage of needing a little less sleep, you also cut out the, non-necessities and, I guess the lazy activities, right? So you're getting an edge in multiple areas and, you know, getting all these edges on competition, right?
Yeah, and again, it's all about what's your goal, right? And you got to ask yourself, is this getting me closer to my goal, right? And it's usually no, right? Then you shouldn't be doing it, right? So, but if it's with my kids, and my kids will tell me, "Hey, Daddy, sit down on the couch and watch TV with me," right? Well, that's different, right? I'll take that half hour, sit down, watch TV. But like just to like watch TV or play around a golf, and I don't know if you're a golfer, um,
A little bit.
but 18 holes, my
That's
God, right? Like
that's half the day.
it's half the day. And there's people who play golf like every week, right? And that same person that plays golf will go to the gym with his buddies. He'll go out and have drinks occasionally. He'll none of that. I don't do any of that. I'm either working out, or with my family, right? Like that. That's it. And that's why I'm able to do so much.
Man, it's crazy impressive. With all this going on, do you kind of have like an end goal, an end game in mind of like what you want to reach?
Yeah. I think so. This CEO gig is somewhat unexpected, right? But it's an opportunity of a lifetime because it's a high profile company, so everyone's watching. And I think the sky's the limit in terms of how we can grow this company, because no one's doing what I think we're about to do in terms of creating brand, creating a lifestyle in this space. Right? They're doing it in other spaces very well, like companies like Gymshark. Right? They're just creating this whole lifestyle brand. Um, Not to say like we're going to be the inferior Gymshark, but we're going to be in a position where we can start really launching smart products that sell really well, and then sort of making acquisitions. Because there's other companies that are in the same position of Lollaland where they have these very creative co-founders, but they're parents or they're from a different industry, and they have a tough time getting through the regulations. Working with, we make a lot of stuff overseas, and that's all a skill set, and that's something that now Lollaland has in its back pocket. So let's look at this brand that's profitable, but they can't expand, right? Let's acquire them, right? And let's really grow this out to be a 30, $40 million business, which which now, if you would have talked to me 3 months ago, that would have been a goal of mine to run a $30, $40 million business. But now it's very possible, right? At the same time, I want to still take my Amazon business, right, and I want to grow that to a level where, um, I can get a warehouse and I can build a small team of employees, because I'm all about creating like family teams, team building. So I think with Lollaland, they've already had that. They've invited me to be a part of their family, but I would like to also create, around Amazon, right? You can give good people good jobs and create that sort of atmosphere as well. So yeah, well,
Awesome.
a little all over the place, but like that's just me.
Yeah, yeah, totally. So you have like two, you know, pretty big size things going on at the same time. And it's just about managing them both. That's it's a lofty
Exactly.
goal for sure.